Hello everyone, welcome to my world. The world of good changes, big changes, awareness and happiness. It doesn't matter where you live in this world, what job you have, how old you are, but if you want to change yourself, your life, and the world around you, you definitely need to watch these videos. Let me remind you, the knowledge with which I have made these videos has cost me $20 million, and I have spent 30 years of my life and traveled to more than 50 countries. So you are very lucky to watch them for free. Well, since you deserve to have a better life and opportunity, let's get started. Let me tell you a stunning sentence at the beginning of this video. Just as we all do not live in the same geographies, we also do not live in the same historical times. For example, I'm in this geographical location, or you as the audience of this video are in another geographical location in this wide world. But we are all living together now on a calendar day, which is the date written on the calendar. Just consider that if I call you right now and ask you what day and year is today, certainly we will give an identical answer to this question. This date that we all refer to is called calendar time, and this is a date specified by the calendar. So this equality and agreement in announcing the timing and perfection of our understanding of this matter do not affect the problems and misunderstanding of our daily lives and social relationships that we often complain about. The main and major problem of misunderstanding in our everyday social life has a reason that I called it the difference of historical times among humans. If each of us doesn't have common historical experiences, then we are people with different mindsets. In such a situation, you may consider yourself to be a 21st century human being, but at the same time, you may meet another person whose attitude is 10 years, 50 years, a century, and sometimes 1,000 years different from yours. This difference in historical attitudes depends on the conditions of your geographic environment, the educational environment, and the system in which you both grow up. To make this clearer, imagine that at any given moment, wherever you are, for example, in a large city just a few kilometers far from you to reach the countryside and rural areas, you may see people farming on their land. But their seeding style is from the Paleolithic era, and they do it by hand instead of using a seeding machine. Although like you and other 21st century humans, they have cell phone with internet access in their pockets, part of their life process has remained in the Paleolithic age. In this simple example, you can see that historical backwardness and equality development have influenced their behavior, action, and reaction to present-day events. To substantiate this claim, You can ask people who live under such conditions and are only 50 kilometers far away from your city by asking questions about their attitude toward art, music, dance, literature, poetry, theater, cinema, gender equality, and social freedoms. You can listen and write down their views that are influenced by the historical and traditional experiences that they have grown up within. I have been doing this in a variety of geographies by observing people from different historical times living together on the same calendar day. Another clear example is to consider that you want to fly from a point in Europe to one of the East Asian countries. In such a case, your plane will pass over many lands in the Middle East region and the countries after that area. While in the down, many people of those countries are busy doing things that their methods are related to the past centuries. In such cases, it's like you are a time traveler and travel from the future, that is the center of your city, to the past that your plane is passing over. Even when your destination is an undeveloped country, and you as a tourist enjoy the food, clean climate, and unindustrialized cities that look like old villages, it is like you have traveled to the distant past. Now you are a person who is in the historical time of 21st century among people who are several centuries away from you in terms of historical time, but you all interact on the same calendar day. Unfortunately, this is the same feeling that I have been carrying inside myself for more than 30 years when I am among the people of my country. I hope that being aware of these concepts and understanding the reality of the new world will make you choose geographies for residence that are compatible with your historical time. In fact, the difference in historical times among people causes differences in their cultural behaviors, from eating and drinking customs to different and sometimes conflicting religious and cultural ceremonies and traditions. In the real world, most of the destructive wars that have killed innocent people have originated from the fact that each nation considers only its traditions and culture to be completely correct. So if there are traditions and cultures whose historical time is different from their traditions, they are not worthy to continue living. And it was so that the huge Buddha statues in Bamiyan, Afghanistan had different and sometimes contradictory meanings for people of different historical times. For the Afghans, they were a symbol of cultural history of their country. For the Europeans, who spent thousands of dollars to see them, they were a symbol of beauty and art. But for the Taliban and ISIS and their followers, they were nothing but a symbol of polytheism that should be exploded. Well, as I said, to live in the new world, you need to understand new concepts such as different historical times and the same calendar time. Now it seems that each of you is going through different issues related to this concept in your mind. So be careful with everyone you meet during the day. Keep in mind the difference in their historical time and yours. so that you don't get into trouble. This video ends here. In the next video, I will talk about one of the most important concepts of the New World, which is called the civil territory. Bye until the next video.